Trouble in Paradise, or just another notch on the rumor mill belt. Justin and Hailey are heading towards a very messy $300 million divorce battle, and I'm explaining why. Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber have been making headlines following their divorce rumors. Justin, known very recently for wearing pants that are almost on the floor, has sparked buzz online amid speculations of divorce from his wife Hailey Bieber. Well, nothing has been made official till now, but recent reports have suggested that the couple have headed for the divorce. Now, this news has gone viral, leaving fans in shock. So the question is Justin and Hailey headed for a divorce? And if so, why? Well, after nearly 6 years of marriage, sources close to the couple have hinted that the two may be heading exactly in that direction for various reasons. This has left fans and followers questioning what's really going on between the pair, and when did it all go wrong? Well, at the heart of it all, reports suggest that Hailey's main concern is her son, which is fair. The founder of beauty brand Rhode seems to be prioritizing her child's well-being, and as a result may consider distancing herself from Justin, according to media reports, that is. Now, this could also involve seeking a portion of his fortune and full custody of their 5-month-old son Jack Blues. The duo had like an on and off relationship before they announced their engagement. Now, while they weren't dating officially at the time, he was spotted with his companions, one of them, being his past lover Selena Gomez at the time. That caused a lot of controversy. Now, they went on to date, with Justin telling GQ in 2016 that he was hesitant to commit to an exclusive relationship for, the fear of hurting Hailey in case they ended up together. He said, "What if Hailey ends up being the girl I'm gonna marry, right? If I rush in anything, if I damage her, then it's always gonna be damage." Interesting. That's very much giving foreshadowing to me, am I right? Well, the two ultimately had a very dramatic split in 2016. They reunited in June of 2018 and embarked on a whirlwind month-long romance that culminated in a Bahamas engagement and subsequent courthouse marriage. The pair insisted that they were just, good friends and that there was nothing more to it. According to an interview Hailey did with E! News following an uptick in their Instagram photos together. Now, she said, "I've known him since I was so young, since I was like 13. We've just been good friends over the years," adding, "We have just stayed very close and there's nothing more to it than that." Justin appeared to be on the same page, posting a photo of him and Hailey on Instagram later that month with the caption that read, "People are crazy. I'm super single and this is my good friend. You would know otherwise." And by July 2018, the pair shocked fans when the news broke that the singer had popped the question to Hailey during a very romantic dinner at a local restaurant while on vacation in the Bahamas. Justin was quick to confirm the pair's happy news on Instagram, addressing his bride-to-be saying, "Hailey, I am so in love with everything about you. So committed to spending my life getting to know every single part of you, loving you patiently and kindly. I promise to lead our family with honor and integrity, letting Jesus through his Holy Spirit guide us in everything we do and every decision we make." Justin continued to say, "My heart is completely and fully yours, and I will always put you first. You are the love of my life, Hailey Baldwin, and I wouldn't want to spend it with anybody else." By September 2018, they moved in together, and by November of that same year, Hailey changed her last name to Bieber on all of her socials. The pair got matching tattoos of peaches to celebrate his hit song by the same name in 2021, and in March of 2022, Hailey was shockingly hospitalized for having a mini stroke, with Justin saying how incredibly scary it was, which I could imagine, honestly. But by May 2022, Justin admitted that he went through a very emotional breakdown early on in his marriage. Well, was that the first red flag, or? Justin Bieber was diagnosed with Ramsay-Hunt syndrome in June of 2022. This is a rare neurological disorder. It's the same virus that causes chickenpox and shingles, and by May 2023, Hailey said she really wanted kids with Justin so bad. Well, fast forward to May 2024, her wish was granted when they announced they were expecting a baby. Now, insiders claim that Hailey has been dealing with difficulties in the marriage almost from the start. An insider close to the star said Hailey has been struggling with Justin since day one. They said that she loves him madly, but he's a loose cannon. The constant pressure on Hailey's emotional and mental health has led her friends to urge her to actually leave Justin. They believe that his unacceptable behavior is taking a massive toll on her. Could possibly be even the reason why she had a stroke. Now, apart from the troubled marriage, Justin Bieber is reportedly facing anxiety about the upcoming trial involving his former mentor, Sean Diddy Combs. The National Enquirer recently reported that Justin is worried about potentially testifying in the case. Although Combs maintains his innocence, a source shared, he's worried that revealing his connection connection to Combs could ruin his career and his life, which is fair because yeah, based off what Diddy is involved in, anyone found guilty of knowing more or being more involved than they've led us to believe absolutely will lead to a canceling of no other, and I mean possible jail time? I don't know, but I know nobody wants to be connected to Diddy in any way right now. A source close to the couple shared that Hailey finally agreed to date Justin actually back in 2015 when he promised to stay clean and sober. Now he has stuck to that all through their relationship and 6 years of marriage, so to see him backslide now, especially since he is a new dad, is absolutely frightening to Hailey. Hailey is reportedly, feeling very overwhelmed by Justin's woe is me attitude, and friends suggest that their marriage may just be on the brink of collapse. Their marriage is looking like it cannot be saved, an insider revealed. This insider also said Hailey's main concern, of course, is her son. She will take Justin to the cleaners to make sure Jack is provided for and wash her hands of Justin as, he slides further and further down a hole. Despite his personal problems, Justin Bieber has built a massive fortune. From a young singing sensation, he quickly became one of the most successful pop stars in the world. His estimated net worth as of 2025 is about $300 million, while Hailey's is about $20 million, so making that a combined net worth of about $320 mil. But Justin Bieber makes a lot of money, not only through album sales, tours, brand partnerships, and business ventures, but he's also sold over 150 million albums worldwide, and his tours, generate a lot of money as well, sometimes earning about $80 million a year. He has a successful fashion label named Drew House, and his underwear campaign with Calvin Klein earns him about $2 to $4 million a year. In 2017 alone, he was actually paid $2 million by T-Mobile for his Super Bowl ad. So in January of 2023, he made shocking headlines as well by selling his 291 song catalog for $200 million. So he's worth a lot of money. And let it be known, this is actually, one of the highest amounts ever paid for an artist under 70. So if Hailey Bieber does move forward with the divorce, it could result in a huge financial settlement. Since Justin's $300 million net worth is at stake, Hailey might claim a large amount along with sole custody of their child. Speculation about the status, or I guess turbulence of the relationship, first sparked when fans noticed Justin had unfollowed Hailey on Instagram. However, this quickly subsided after Justin addressed it on social media, claiming that his account had been hacked. A response that raised eyebrows, of course, many people saying, yeah, right, if someone's gonna hack Justin Bieber's Instagram, surely they would do more than just unfollow Hailey. So, while nothing has been confirmed and tension surrounding the couple is palpable and their future together remains uncertain, we'll have to wait and see, of course. Now, the couple first met, back in 2009 when Hailey's father, Stephen Baldwin, introduced them and, gave them a quick handshake. Now, in December, however, he reportedly shared a video on Instagram expressing that co-parenting is tough, fueling rumors of distress in the Bieber house. Additionally, during the weekend of the Grammy Awards ceremony, he was actually spotted alone in New York City in a very disturbed state. He reportedly spent some time alone, but fans noticed the dark circles around his eyes and a hollow look. And with a year-old video of the Canadian singer with, again, Sean Diddy Combs resurfacing, concerned fans have linked his past trauma to his somber-looking, nearly unrecognizable transformation. Now, the singer has previously opened up about his physical and mental health challenges. Amid grooming fears, medical experts have actually tied the disgraced rapper to Justin's, silent health troubles. One board-certified surgeon, Dr. Gaurav Bharti, observed visible changes like Bieber's, receding hairline, hollow face, developing wrinkles, dark circles, and actually said that these changes can be attributed to several factors, including, of course, natural aging, stress, nutrition, weight loss, skincare habits, but, prolonged poor sleep and inadequate recovery, could be responsible as well. And Bieber has alluded to surviving trauma as a child. Even though he has not spoken publicly about what's happened, it is possible that the shame, pain, and loss he has experienced has resulted in early aging and change in his appearance. Oftentimes undigested trauma and stress can lead to a variety of health issues. And with the Diddy scandal blowing up like never before, this old YouTube video from the time when Bieber was 15 resurfaced and went viral. The infamous clip catches then 40-year-old Sean Diddy Combs saying to the camera he's having 48 hours with Diddy where we are hanging out, and what we're doing we can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. We're gonna go full crazy. Now, this resurfaced video sparked outrage. A lot of people are wanting answers. The truth is likely to come out soon, so we'll just have to wait and see. But what do you guys think will happen? Will Justin and Hailey actually get divorced? Is Diddy to blame for all of this somehow? Let me know your thoughts.
Justin Bieber subtly hinted that one Hollywood star was more evil than they let on years ago, but no one caught on. Now the secret is out and the truth has been revealed. Well, it's no secret that Justin Bieber has had a rough go in the entertainment world. From being discovered at such a young age, he had to grow up with millions of eyes watching his every move. He had famous mentors that attempted to help the star navigate Hollywood's growing pains. Most were genuinely trying to help the singer out, but one mentor in particular has been the subject of a recent scandal that has been toppling empires with every news story that emerges. And now fans are worried that that mentor did more harm than good to Bieber. I am of course talking about one man, Sean Diddy Combs. Combs has been arrested for allegedly intimately harming people or being the facilitator for that to happen to people. It allegedly happened at all of his big parties and events, and sometimes he would allegedly even throw events specifically for this. As of October of last year, the number of accusations against the star was at about 120. However, many people speculate that Diddy has hurt way more people than those that have come forward, including a young Justin Bieber, because those two actually knew each other for a long time and were pictured together often. Bieber was a fan of the rappers when they met when Bieber was too young for a license. He had wanted to meet Combs because he was a fan, but also because he had produced a track for him. Beliebers helped get Combs' attention. I mean, Justin being signed to Diddy's protege Usher also helped a little bit. Justin was invited to spend 2 days with Diddy, the start of which was documented in a short video posted to Justin's YouTube. In the video, Diddy claimed that over the next 48 hours, the pair were going to go crazy, but he couldn't say exactly what and where they would be. However, he reassured watchers that it would be a 15-year-old's dream. At the time, people were like, oh, that's so great, he's taking care of Bieber. Now, however, people are very worried about what happened over those few days. Of course, no one can be 100% sure that Bieber did experience anything inappropriate unless he decides to come forward, should it be true, but some online theorists speculate that Bieber has been making statements, we just didn't have the context needed to understand them. Just a few months ago, Bieber's Yummy music video gained traction again after people speculated that there was a hidden meaning to it, citing things like food symbolizing certain acts, and older party guests constantly sitting at his table and sharing their meals with Bieber, and then towards the end there were dancers dressed in white, which are now making people think of Diddy's infamous white parties that were allegedly the backdrop for many of his alleged crimes. The video ends with a shot of Bieber's plate. It showed a picture of Little Him with Yummy written under. At the time, this was just a cute title card, cute picture in the song title, but now people think it's Bieber's way of saying that he was served on a plate or that Little Him was considered a treat to party guests. People began to recall how desperate Bieber was at the time of the song's release to get it out there. People were originally put off by how much Bieber was pushing the track and trying to get people to view the music video, but if the theories are true, it makes more sense. Fans also referred to the behind-the-scenes footage that showed Bieber breaking down on set. The star said that he was just feeling off, but fans couldn't help but wonder if the breakdowns were actually a result of Bieber reliving past experiences. Should the rumors that this video was Diddy-coded be true, when this song first came out, people criticized the lyrics pretty heavily. It isn't exactly Shakespeare with the repeated yummy yum chorus. However, some fans today theorize that there was more going on than people realized, that the word yummy sounds like young me, and it was another way that Bieber was trying to get his message across. Of course, this theory is very polarizing. Some people think it's completely ridiculous and others are more inclined to believe after all the Diddy accusations did come out. The pair would appear in interviews later that made people very uncomfortable watching them back today. Together, they made an appearance on Jimmy Kimmel Live in 2011, so that's 2 years after the 48 Hours with Diddy video. In the interview, Combs, Bieber, and Kimmel were talking about Bieber getting a car from Combs, to which Combs said Bieber had the Lamborghini for a day or two, and he had access to the house, and he knows better than to be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television. Everything ain't for everybody. Alright, pack it up. In the year 2024, these comments are deeply concerning. At the time, no one had any reason to believe there was evil lurking behind closed doors, but today, it's worrying, especially since Diddy was completely unwilling to share some of the activities that the two were going to get up to when they hung out for those 48 hours. A 2020 interview with Apple Music showed the more vulnerable side of Bieber when he shared how protective he feels about upcoming young artists because of his personal experiences. The interview was over 40 minutes long, and the topics ranged from Bieber's music to his personal life to, of course, his experience growing up in the music industry. From the sounds of it, it was very difficult being a public figure that young, which I know in other news water is wet. But in the section of the interview about this, you could see the weight of everything that Bieber went through resting on his shoulders. The The star openly spoke about the negative side effects of the world of entertainment. He exposed the lack of loyalty, saying, "Everyone telling me they love me and just turn your back on you in a second." This could be referring to the industry itself. Everyone wanted to be seen with teen pop sensations because being connected to the most famous boy in the world would boost anyone's career at the time. But the minute the boy wonder does something wrong, it was like he was radioactive. Although Bieber did have his fair share of controversies, not all of them ended up being true, like the spitting on fans thing, that was actually debunked. But the car totaling and saying racially charged words and jokes, that did happen, though he did apologize for the latter. Still, it would be really difficult managing the pressures of growing up when you're not actually sure who you can lean on. There was even once an instance in which one of Bieber's friends sold a story about him to the press that earned that friend an alleged $40,000. But that's only scratching the surface of what the poor man has gone through. We may never know if anything went on behind closed doors, but there was unfortunately plenty to see happening out in the open. Clips of old Bieber interviews and similar situations have started popping up online again. One TikToker helpfully compiled many of them together, and it's a tough watch. It featured clips of Bieber's boundaries being disregarded, people thinking they can touch him whenever and wherever, asking really personal, invasive questions when he and much of his audience was not of age. There was even an instance in which a woman 22 years older than Bieber jumped him on a stage. There is of course more out there. This is just a handful of what happened, and that's just what happened to him. Who knows what he could have seen when he was younger at Hollywood parties and hanging out with Diddy. It's an unimaginable hardship for anyone that grew up normally, but Justin is trying to break the cycle, or at least offer a steady, supportive hand to young artists. In particular, the Apple interview touched on his friendship with Billie Eilish, and that is because Eilish is actually a huge Belieber. Like, in her words, he was her first crush, and she recognized Justin at Coachella 2019 because she knows his body language, how he stands, and where he wears his pants, which is truly something only a dedicated fangirl would know. She got the chance to work with Bieber on a remix of her song Bad Guy, and it would be safe to say that Bieber probably saw a bit of himself in her. In the interview, he talked about how he feels protective over her because he doesn't want her to go through anything he went through because he doesn't wish that upon anybody. And he's not all talk. He gave Eilish his number with the promise that if she calls, he will answer. If she needs help, she can count on him. He understands growing up not knowing who he can turn to, and if he can help it, it won't happen to Eilish. Bieber was clear that he would never wish to force a friendly relationship with Eilish, but he wants to leave the opportunity open should she need it. This sentiment actually echoes a 2013 interview Justin and his manager Scooter Braun did. Scooter said that he was learning to let Justin grow and make mistakes and just be there for him through it all as a role model and a solid figure. Funny how things come full circle. And if you're wondering if Billie ever did call, the answer is yes. In June of last year, Billie shared the message that she would give a younger her, and it was, "You can and have and do call Justin Bieber at any given time. Anytime you want, you can, and he'll answer."
Hailey Bieber and her family have gone through a lot of drama. First off, we have those racial tweets Hailey posted 10 plus years ago that came to the surface recently. In 2019, Hailey Bieber found herself at the center of a scandal when some of her old tweets resurfaced. Bieber was called out for posting some seemingly racist statements, which she has since deleted. In one post from January 2012, Bieber allegedly wrote, "Shut up before I smack you back to your own country." In another tweet posted in November 2013, Bieber reportedly wrote, "To those foreigners who don't celebrate Thanksgiving, so sorry your country didn't have pilgrims to start such a sick holiday." Understandably, Bieber faced a slew of backlash for posting such problematic messages, with one user on X creating a thread to highlight some of the model's most egregious posts. The thread even highlighted Bieber's alleged use of multiple racial slurs, suggesting that her online activities had been highly offensive in the past. Next, let's discuss Hailey allegedly bullying a classmate in school. Having grown up as the daughter of movie star Stephen Baldwin, Hailey Bieber has likely experienced immense privilege throughout her life. As a celebrity herself, Bieber's character has been called into question on several occasions, with one critic suggesting the model was not very nice in middle school. According to a since deleted video, TikTok user Kimona Elizabeth posted, "Think you can hurt me? Hailey Bieber was my middle school bully," she says. Elizabeth started a follow-up video in which she elaborated on her claim. "I was in 5th grade, Elizabeth explained. Hailey was in 6th. She bullied me. Middle school is full of kids who are either the bullies or the bullied. Unfortunately, I was the bullied, and for that year, Hailey was my bully." However, Elizabeth didn't seem to hold a particular grudge against Justin Bieber's wife. Still, it's curious to find out that she may have had some shady interactions with some of her classmates when she was younger. Hailey's uncle, Alec Baldwin, got in some serious trouble in 2021 on a movie set. On October 21st, 2021, at the Bonanza Creek Ranch in Bonanza City, New Mexico, cinematographer Helena Hutchins was fatally wounded, and director Joel Souza was also injured on the set of the film Rust. And a live round was discharged from a revolver used as a prop by actor Alec Baldwin. The sad and accidental death prompted a discourse on occupational safety in the film industry, the treatment of its employees, and also the use of real guns as props. In 2011, Alec was kicked off an American Airlines flight after he refused to turn off his cell phone when crew members asked him to. The actor shared via X that he had been playing Words with Friends when the incident occurred. Flight attendant on American reamed me out for playing Words with Friends while we sat at the gate not moving. Hashtag no wonder American Air is bankrupt, he wrote on X. But oddly, 30 Rock plays In Flight on American. Hashtag there's always United. Wow. A statement posted to the American Airlines Facebook page read, "The passenger was extremely rude to the crew, calling them inappropriate names and using offensive language." After his removal from the plane, Alec continued his journey on a later American Airlines flight. Now on the 3 o'clock American flight, he says on X, "The flight attendants already look smarter." Wow. In November 2013, TMZ caught Alec, Hailey's uncle, on video using a homophobic slur during an argument with a photographer. "I apologize and I will retire the slur from my vocabulary," he wrote via X. His MSNBC interview show Up Late was cancelled less than 2 weeks later. Only 5 episodes of the show had aired up to that point. Now, back to Hailey. Fans think Hailey was obsessed with Selena Gomez and Justin's past relationship after some old tweets were resurfaced. "I don't care what anybody says, but Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez together is the definition of a teenage dream. Hashtag word," one of her tweets read. Another read, "She is beyond flawless, and he's Bieber. They are the perfect relationship, and I'm forever alone." Fans think it's borderline creepy that Hailey made these tweets and then years later married Justin. In 2023, TikTok blew up after the Kylie Jenner, Selena Gomez, and Hailey Bieber scandal. If you don't know what I'm talking about, let me explain. Selena was photographed in a bikini, which indicated she had gained weight, but of course still looked gorgeous. But the press was ripping into her, fat shaming and body shaming her for her recent weight gain. Soon after, Hailey posted a TikTok where she lip synced to "I'm not saying she deserved it, but God's timing is always right." She deleted it shortly after. There was no direct connection between these two events, but Selena's fans accused Hailey of posting it to body shame Selena. Selena recently commented on a video speculating about this whole theory, saying, "I don't let these things get me down. Be nice to everyone." She also commented on several other TikToks shaming Hailey. Selena later posted a story on Instagram showing how she accidentally over-laminated her eyebrows. Kylie Jenner, less than a day later, posted a story of her eyebrows, and then Hailey's soon after. Selena fans assumed Kylie was mocking her. Hailey has never said anything directly to Selena, but this is the closest it's gotten, so it turned the fire up. Selena's fans' current form of activism is to follow Selena on Instagram and unfollow Hailey and Kylie. Because of this, Selena has overtaken Kylie as the most followed woman on Instagram. Hailey has also been accused of being rude at restaurants. In July 2020, a TikTok video was posted by Julia Carolan in which she rated celebrities she served while working at a restaurant in Manhattan. The video has been watched over 3 million times and called out several famous people, including Kylie Jenner, Gigi Hadid, and Hailey Bieber. Next up, we we have Miss Bieber, she says in the video. This is gonna be controversial. I've met her a handful of times, and every time she was never nice, she continued. I really want to like her, but I have to give her like a 3.5 stars out of 10. Sorry. It seems that Carol Ann's impression of Justin Bieber's wife was far from flattering. Eventually, the bad review got all the way back to the model herself, who reportedly commented on the TikTok saying, just came across this video and wanted to say sorry if I've ever given you bad vibes or a bad attitude. She continued, that's not ever my intention. Hopefully, she's since changed her ways. Now let's talk about Hailey shading Taylor Swift. In 2023, a video of Hailey Bieber hosting an episode of Host the Mic in 2018 started circulating online on TikTok. In the clip, Hailey made a gagging face when Taylor Swift's album Reputation was mentioned. Understandably, Swift fans were not pleased by Bieber's apparent diss of the pop star, and Selena Gomez enthusiasts apparently took the gesture as an affront to them, too. Somewhat surprisingly, Selena decided to respond to the viral clip of Bieber saying, so sorry, my best friend is and continues to be one of the best in the game. Selena commented on the video, proving she definitely has Taylor's back. But that's not all. The Biebers again hit the headlines in 2023 when another old video recirculated. In this particular clip, Justin impersonates an unforgettable moment involving Taylor, in which the Cruel Summer singer got upset about bananas while on medication following eye surgery. Hailey could be heard laughing in the background of the video, leading fans to believe that the Biebers were ruthlessly mocking Taylor once again. Lastly, let's discuss Hailey allegedly copying Selena Gomez. As well as being embattled in a number of online feuds with Selena, Hailey Bieber has also been accused of copying the Only Murders in the Building star. For instance, Gomez launched her cooking show Selena and Chef on Max in 2020, giving viewers a glimpse inside her own kitchen. In December 2022, Hailey launched her own cooking show on YouTube called What's in My Kitchen, which took fans inside her house. As a result, comparison between the two series were quickly made. Tattoos provide further evidence that Hailey has copied Selena. Both Bieber and Gomez have G tattoos behind their ears, which is certainly a strange coincidence. In 2015, Refinery29 revealed that Gomez's tattoo was a tribute to her little sister Gracie. Meanwhile, Hailey was reportedly one of many celebrities to get a G tattoo behind her ear in tribute to her pastor Chad Veach's daughter Georgia, who lives with a rare brain condition. Whether or not Hailey actually decided to copy Gomez is unclear, though it doesn't seem as if fans will stop believing that Justin Bieber's wife is taking notes from his ex, Selena.
Starting off, we have it will put a strain on their marriage. Now, the first year of marriage is often romanticized as a blissful honeymoon phase, but for Justin and Hailey Bieber, it was the complete opposite. Despite the expectation of newlywed bliss, the couple faced hurdles that tested the foundation of their relationship. In a candid interview with GQ in 2021, Justin revealed why it was so hard. The first year of marriage was really tough, he said, because there was a lot going back to the trauma and stuff. There were all these things that you don't want to admit to the person you're with because it's scary. You don't want to scare them off by saying, I'm scared. Now, similarly, Hailey revealed to Elle in 2021 that after tying the knot, the two weren't having the time of their lives. In the beginning of our marriage, I just wanted to hide, the model admitted. I was like, I don't want people to be so in my business. I feel like everyone's up my beep. Can there be no anonymity? Can I have any of it back? Now, having a baby will put them in the spotlight even more, and that might cause a strain on the marriage. Then there's Selena Gomez. Now, it seems like wherever Justin's name is, Selena's is attached, even though they haven't been together for more than 5 years. I mean, when Hailey and Justin made their pregnancy announcement, Selena Gomez started trending. It appears that people on the internet can't let Jelena go. Now, after the announcement was announced though, Selena did post multiple photos of her now boyfriend Benny Blanco. Did she post this on purpose, in spite, or was it purely coincidence? I guess that's up to you to decide. Now, Justin and Selena were on and off and first started dating in 2011. Now, the last time they were spotted together was in 2018, just 2 months before Justin announced his engagement with Hailey. Now, fans and myself believe that Justin had proposed to Selena when they were together, only for him to get turned down. Justin then rekindled his romance with Hailey, and they shared the news of their engagement. Now, regardless of what happened, whenever something big happens in Justin's life, Selena's name will always be brought up, and vice versa. Now we have that she's a mean girl. Hailey has been called a mean girl, and is that really a good thing? Especially when she's going to have a child. Now, Hailey has had many mean girl phases, but one of the most popular and talked about happened last year in 2023, and shocker, it had to do with Selena Gomez. In March 2023, Selena posted a TikTok saying she accidentally laminated her brows too much. Now, she was poking fun at herself, but then Kylie Jenner posted a photo of herself on her Instagram story with the words, "This was an accident," written all over her eyebrows, and then another story showing a screenshot of her FaceTiming Hailey with their cameras held close to their eyebrows. Now, Selena fans accused the pair of making fun of Selena, and Selena was then spotted on a boat and paparazzi took photos of her. Now, Selena has lupus and she had a kidney transplant, so all the medication she's on makes her weight fluctuate, and now at the point when these photos were taken, Selena had put on more weight than people were used to seeing her with. Now, this led to immense body shaming, and Hailey just had to join the hate train. In a now deleted TikTok, Hailey, Kendall Jenner, and one of their other friends posted a TikTok and mouthed to the audio, "I'm not saying she deserved it, but God's timing is always right." Moving on to the visa theory. Now, many people think that Justin married Hailey so he could get his visa. Now, where did it come from that he married her for a visa? Well, the rumor began when DJ Khaled and Drake's song Popstar resurfaced online. Justin is seen in the music video mouthing the lyrics "Ariana, Selena, my visa," which some people believe refers to the girls he's been with. Now, fans speculate the "my visa" is referring to Hailey, which is just kind of funny to me if we're being honest. Now, for those of you who don't know, Justin is a Canadian citizen. He has allegedly always resided in the US on what is known as the O1 visa, which is for individuals with an extraordinary ability in the arts or extraordinary achievement in motion picture or the television industry. Now, unfortunately for Justin, the O1 visa is a non-immigrant visa and doesn't lead to permanent residency, which is what he needs to be a citizen. Now, a US marriage green card allows a foreign spouse to live and work in the country, and they can also apply for citizenship after 3 years. But if you're applying under the 3-year rule, you might face scrutiny over the authenticity of your marriage. Now, the 5-year rule, however, doesn't need to consider the marital union portion of the visa, so someone under this visa might have a higher chance of becoming a US citizen if they apply after 5 years. Now, the pair have been married for 5.5 years now, so they wouldn't face any scrutiny if Justin applied for citizenship now. Now let's talk about why they got married. One of the reasons the pair got married was because they wanted to have children and didn't want to do that out of wedlock. However, they got married in 2018 and are now just finally having a child. I mean, obviously plans change, but if that was one of the main reasons for getting married, why didn't they do it earlier? Now, Hailey has said, "I was married when I was 21, 2 months before I turned 22, which is insanely young. It sounds almost ridiculous when you say it out loud." She continued, "Although I do think for somebody like me and somebody like Justin, it's different. We've seen a lot for our age. We have both lived enough life to know that's what we wanted. They were so young and didn't need to get married. They could have just dated, but no." Now, Justin also said he wanted to get married because they were waiting till marriage, which is weird because years and years ago, between dating Selena and Hailey, it was said that Hailey and Justin were friends with benefits. Now, I'm sure they decided to abstain due to their religion, but I'm just kind of confused because that hadn't been an issue for them in the past. Then there's marriage issues. In February 2024, Hailey's father, Stephen Baldwin, asked his Instagram followers to pray for his daughter and his son-in-law, sparking concerns about the couple's marriage. According to Page 6, Baldwin reshared a post by Victor Marks, a founder of All Things Possible Ministries, that showed Justin playing guitar and singing with the Hillsong Worship. Christians, when you please think of Justin and Hailey, take a moment to offer a little prayer for them to have wisdom, protection, and draw close to the Lord. Now, in addition, he shared in his caption, there are special challenges that folks in high visibility positions face. Now, obviously, this Instagram post raised some eyebrows. TMZ reported that the circumstances were related to something specific that's going on with the young couple, but neither Justin nor Hailey publicly commented on the situation. Now we have their busy schedules. Hailey's journey to fame began in the mid-2010s when she was catapulted into the spotlight, making a name for herself in the fashion industry. Now, beyond the runway, Hailey ventured into entrepreneurship in 2022 by launching her skincare road. Meanwhile, Justin's rise to stardom began in 2009 with the release of his debut single, One Time. Since then, he has evolved into one of the biggest pop stars of his generation. Now, despite their success, the couple's demanding careers often lead to time apart, which would be a challenge. Now, the nature of Justin and Hailey's career introduces a unique set of obstacles, and throwing a child into the mix could make it extremely difficult. On to the spotlight. Hailey and Justin's relationship is in the spotlight, so the baby will be too. But will Hailey make a baby page and exploit her child? Now, Justin and Hailey's romance has been a spectacle from the start, primarily as it evolved in the eye of the public. In fact, ever since they started dating, their every move has been scrutinized, dissected, and magnified by fans worldwide. Now, the two have also been followed around by relentless paparazzi, leaving little room for privacy or discretion. And with having a child, they will be exposed to that too. Not to mention that family vloggers and mommy content creators are on the rise right now, so Hailey might go down that avenue. But not all people are fans of this type of content. While Hailey and even Justin might want to share their child's life with the internet, there have been growing concerns about these children not being able to consent to being filmed and being put on the internet for millions to see. The ethics of showing children on the internet is a debate that continues every day. Is unethical and exploitative, while others believe that with certain guidelines and precautions, this content can be produced in a safe environment. Now, regardless, putting a young child, a baby, in the spotlight right when they're born isn't really a good thing, but that might be exactly what the pair do. Next up, we have Hailey gives no privacy. When Hailey was once on the Ellen DeGeneres show, she said something shocking. She reflected on the red flags that can exist in a relationship, and she then admitted to being guilty of doing the same things that she deemed as red flags in her own relationships, like checking her partner's phone. When discussing red flags, going through your phone when you're not around was mentioned. I have done that before for sure. I'm the big fat red flag, confessed Hailey when asked if she had ever done that. She went on to add that while she may be guilty of this act, she certainly wouldn't do it now and wouldn't encourage scrolling through a partner's phone. Now, Hailey admitted to having some trust issues while being in a relationship, and this made her want to go through her significant other's phone. Now, if she did go through Justin's phone, what would stop her from going through her child's things? And that wouldn't be good. And finally, we have their health scares. Hailey has had some health scares the last couple of years, as in March 2022, she was hospitalized due to stroke-like symptoms and underwent a procedure to close a hole in her heart. Doctors later discovered that she had experienced a transient ischemic attack, TIA, often called a mini stroke, due to a blood clot in her brain. Now, they also learned that she had PFO, a small opening in her heart that usually closes after birth, which was discovered through a transcranial Doppler test. Then, in June 2023, Justin announced that he had been diagnosed with Ramsay-Hunt syndrome, a rare neurological disorder characterized by paralysis of the facial nerve, as he shared how one side of his face lacked movement. It's from this virus that attacks the nerve in my ear and my facial nerves and have caused my face to have paralysis. As you can see, this eye is not blinking. I can't smile on this side of my face, he continued. This nostril will not move, so there's full paralysis on this side of my face. Now, Justin would then go on to officially canceling the remaining tour dates of his worldwide Justice tour to focus on his health. It's been a rough couple of years, but getting the right treatment that will help treat this so far incurable disease, and I will be back and better than ever, he wrote.
Kicking off the list at number 10, Fangirl. During the course of Justin Bieber's on-again, off-again relationship with Selena Gomez, which lasted from 2011 until 2015, then again from 2017 to 2018, fans have accused Hailey Bieber, then Baldwin of stalking Justin Bieber. But I really don't think that's the case. The model is well documented to have been a fan of Justin way before they began dating. Not only that, but Hailey was also a clear fan of Selena as well. A resurfaced photo from way back in the day shows Hailey posing with a magazine that shows her now husband on the cover with his then girlfriend, Selena. Very clearly supporting the couple. But if you need further proof of her fan status, then we can go back in time to look at some tweets posted by Hailey. Back in 2011, Hailey showed her support for the couple when she tweeted, "I am for sure 100% Team Jelena." She has also tweeted Selena-centric comments as well. She has tweeted, "Happy birthday, pretty," tagging Selena herself for her birthday. And then 3 months later, she tweeted, "Selena Gomez is so cute, don't argue, bye," which was followed the next month with, "I don't care what anyone says, but Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez together is the definition of a teenage dream. #word." There were even more tweets in 2012, kicking off in January responding to someone else's tweet saying, "Seriously though, she is beyond flawless and he's Bieber. They are the perfect relationship." Later that same month, she posted, "Selena Gomez is so freaking good looking." And then a month later, we got, "I gotta say, I was really looking forward to seeing what color coordination Jelena was gonna be doing for this year's VF party. #sigh, #oh well." And then in May, she also tweeted, "Selena Gomez looks hot in her new music video." It's only really a secret though, because Hailey has since deleted this Twitter account amid people calling her out for said tweets, as if it's some kind of bad thing to support celebrities that you like and even somewhat know. But coming in at number 9, racism. While those tweets are arguably wholesome and unproblematic unless you're a fan of stirring the Hailey-Selena drama pot, some of Hailey Bieber's past tweets are a little bit more actually problematic. In fact, they show a great degree of ignorance and racism from the young Bieber. Her age, I think, is important to note, as while these tweets aren't exactly excusable, the tweets seem to be around the 2011 to 2013 years, making Hailey roughly 14, 15, 16, and or 17 at the time. But with that being said, the tweets are pretty bad. TikTok account The Essence of It posted a collection of Bieber's posts, and I don't even really need to explain the problem with them once you hear them for yourself. These tweets include statements like, quote, "Shut up before I smack you back to your own country," or one that went, quote, "To those foreigners who don't celebrate Thanksgiving, so sorry your country didn't have pilgrims and Indians to start such a sick holiday." That one's pretty bad, but a post from 2011 read, "With Cody Simpson and that awkward moment when you're at a Chinese restaurant and your waiter isn't Chinese." The one most people are familiar with though reads, "Leaving to Florida, white, but coming back to New York, a different race," which was accompanied by an emoji of a white blonde man and an emoji of a darker skinned man wearing a turban. She even went so far as to tweet racist slurs at which point, which the TikToker blurred out on her screen. So yeah, like I said, it isn't really excusable. Given the white, rich, and privileged background of the celebrity though, it isn't exactly surprising, as depressing as that is. Fortunately, I believe that as she grew up, she did learn the error of her ways. Number 8, Mean Girl. While she may have learned the error of her racist remarks, Hailey Bieber has defended herself against other problematic behavior too, even after she had been called out for her tweets. Specifically, there are numerous occasions where Bieber has been referred to as a mean girl. This has come up in multiple different ways. For starters, there was a TikTok user who spoke about how in high school, Hailey had been her bully for a year. But then more recently, we have the whole drama with Selena Gomez, where Gomez fans have made Hailey out to be a really hateful person. While it's up to your interpretation of her behaviors, some of the allegations of bullying against Hailey include her allegedly and indirectly making fun of Selena when she was being body shamed, making fun of Selena's eyebrows, and there was also a resurfaced clip of Hailey overdramatically gagging at the mention of Taylor Swift's name. During a September 2022 interview on the Call Her Daddy podcast, Hailey spoke on the hate that she has received over the years. She said, quote, "People really want to paint this picture of me like I was this mean girl who's a bully who hates every other woman, and like I don't support other women," which is funny because I think anyone who knows me personally knows that's so not me at all. Hailey continued on the podcast blaming social media for the representation of her as a mean girl, but it doesn't change the fact. Number 7, rude to waitstaff. On the topic of mean girl behavior, apparently Hailey is also mean to people working in the service industry. In a series of viral TikTok videos posted by New York City hostess Julia Carolyn, in July 2020, she rated celebrities that she encountered over the years while working in A-list favorite eateries. Describing her meetings with Hailey, Carolyn admitted that she hasn't yet had a positive experience. She said, quote, "This is gonna be controversial. I've met her a handful of times and every time she was not nice. I really want to like her, but I have to give her a 3.5 out of 10. again, sorry. The TikTok became viral in no time, raking up over 3.3 million likes and even got a comment from Bieber herself. The model wrote, "Just came across this video and wanted to say sorry if I've ever given you bad vibes or bad attitude. That's not ever my intention." Carolyn accepted the apology, calling her an accountability queen, but this apparently affected Hailey. In April 2021, almost a year after the video was posted, the model shared a two-part interview with Dr. Jess Clemens on her YouTube channel, titled "Cancel Culture, Mental Health, and Social Media." The video touched on the viral TikTok. Bieber said, "When I saw her video, I was so upset. There's never an excuse for being rude. I felt bad that that was her experience with me, but it made me kind of frustrated because you never know what someone's going through. I remember going through times in my life where I was so sad and so heartbroken that engaging with people felt hard for me." She continued, "I wish I didn't act that way towards her. I'm a human and I made a mistake and I acted a way that was out of character for me." Ending her answer with, "I'm open to people correcting me." However, the 24-year-old argued that she doesn't believe there needs to be people on social media doing the correcting, assuming that she's talking about commenters and the Justin Hailey haters. Number 6. Marriage counseling. Now, moving away from bullying and tweets, shortly after they tied the knot, Hailey and Justin Bieber did an interview with Vogue in February 2019, in which the celebrity couple mentioned that the two have met a marriage counselor. Hailey told the interviewer, quote, "The thing is, marriage is very hard. That is the sentence you should leave with. It's really effing hard." In a later April interview with GQ, Justin said that specifically the first year of marriage in particular was a challenge. In that interview, he said, quote, "The first year of marriage was really tough because there was a lot going back to the trauma stuff. There was just a lack of trust. There was all these things that you just don't want to admit to the person that you're with because it's scary. You don't want to scare them off by saying, 'I'm scared.'" Honestly, I find that to be kind of a really mature thing to hear from Bieber. The beginning year of the pair's marriage had seen multiple different sources looking in from the outside and making assumptions about the marriage and its success, which I can only imagine makes it even harder. Marriages are hard enough in regular life, so adding the pressures of celebrity life must be an even greater challenge. Number 5. Celibacy. But they seem to be pretty open about the struggles of their young marriage, including the little tidbit that the two waited for marriage to finally, do the dirty, if you know what I mean. Wink wink, nudge nudge, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about. Justin called Hailey his reward for being celibate for over a year. In the same 2019 interview with Vogue from February, from the last point we just talked about, Justin said that he had, quote, "a legitimate problem with," and was more than a year into a time of self-imposed celibacy when he started rekindling his romance with Hailey. He continued on saying, quote, "I think can cause a lot of pain. Sometimes people have it because they don't feel good enough, because they lack self-worth. Women do that and guys do that. I wanted to rededicate myself to God in that way because I really felt it was better for the condition of my soul." He then added, quote, "And I believe that God blessed me with Hailey as a result. There are perks. You get rewarded for good behavior." But the celibacy seems to also be connected to Justin's commitment issues. During an interview on The Ellen Show in January 2020, Justin said that he had a difficult time with the idea of commitment, which made him extremely nervous before proposing. He said, quote, "I felt like in the past we had talked about me asking the question, and I felt like she would say yes." He continued on asking himself, quote, "Am I able to make this commitment as a man and be able to honor what I say? Because that's a serious commitment when you say you're going to love someone for better or for worse and be faithful. That's huge. Am I able to do that?" He said he finally decided that he was going to make the decision and follow through with it because he's always wanted to be a husband. And I hope it's also because he loves Hailey, but yeah. Number 4. Tattoos. Switching the subject completely, while tattoos are rarely secrets, Hailey has quite a few more than you'd think, and they're all pretty small, which means they can totally fly under the radar. And a few have actually been misread as something they're not. So, let's go through some of them. In January 2015, Hailey visited tattoo artist John Boy for the first time to get her parents' wedding anniversary inked in Roman numerals, VI-X-XC. This tattoo is on her wrist, and it seems that John Boy became Hailey's preferred tattoo artist, as he has worked with Hailey a few times since then. John Boy added, and I may get this pronunciation wrong, Minas Gerias to Hailey's left outer ankle. For this one, it looks like it could be a quote tattoo, but this is actually a large inland state in southeastern Brazil, and since Hailey's mom is Brazilian, I believe it may have something to do with that, but no confirmation on that one. Hailey also has a small cursive G behind her ear. Now, some have accused the star of copying this tattoo from Selena Gomez because they hate Hailey. But while Selena's tattoo is dedicated to her little sister Gracie, who is 20 years younger than her, Hailey has stated many times that the initial on her is a tribute to Georgia Veach, the daughter of Pastor Veach, who was diagnosed with a rare, incurable brain disorder in 2012. The tattoo is a popular one amongst other celebrities too, including Justin and Ashley Benson. Hailey also added the letter K and numbers 330 to her hands. Now, the K is still a mystery. Maybe it's for her mom Kenya, but John Boy wrote on Instagram that 330 is a reference to John 3:30 from the Bible. Hailey kicked off 2017 with a back tattoo of the phrase, and I will get this wrong as well, Cœur d'Aileen, which directly translates to Heart of Aileen in French. So who is Aileen? Apparently, Aileen is reportedly Hailey's sister Aaliyah's middle name, so maybe that's what the tattoo refers to. Also, just a month before her wedding, Hailey went to see LA tattoo artist Dr. Wu to get several abstract and design-heavy tattoos on her hands and fingers. The new tattoo additions came as a bit of a surprise though, considering Hailey has said several times that she's trying to save some real estate space for tattoos dedicated to her future children. Number 3. Health concerns. During an interview with Elle in March 2020, Hailey talked about how Justin's Lyme disease complications made things hard for the two of them when they were first together. She said, quote, "It was hard because everybody from the outside was being super mean and judgmental, saying he looked like he was on drugs, saying how unhealthy he looked, when in truth, he was not healthy and we didn't know why." She said that Justin is healthy now, but they were forced to deal with the in sickness and in health part of their wedding vows right away. She said, quote, "We went straight into figuring out the hard stuff, because you never know what can happen with someone's health. When you don't know what's happening, it's really scary, and then you have the opinions of everybody from the outside and it just sucks." Over the next months, both Hailey and Justin have had health complications each. Things like a blood clot to the brain and a Ramsay-Hunt syndrome diagnosis respectively. But Hailey told Harper's Bazaar that it's an example of how they take things day by day in their relationship. Number 2. Kids. Although they had only been married since 2018, during a March 2020 appearance on The Ellen Show, Justin played the game Burning Questions and was asked how many kids he wants to have with Hailey. He responded, "I think it's up to Hailey because it's her body." Later, during a December 2020 appearance on the show, he followed that up by saying, "I am going to have as many as Hailey is wishing to put out. It's her body and whatever she wants to do with it." He also added that Hailey still has some things she wants to accomplish as a woman, so she's not ready to have kids just yet. But apparently, he's okay with that, so I guess that's cool.
And number 10, we have trying to dress up. Recently, Justin Bieber was spotted on a tour while visiting Tokyo. However, the star looked different than what fans were used to seeing. In the pictures circulating on social media, the singer can be seen wearing a wig. With the accessory, he's also seen wearing sunglasses, jeans, and a light fur coat. Justin's level of disguise has definitely been causing a stir on the internet, with some fans even pointing out they wouldn't have even realized it was him if it wasn't pointed out. Other fans have even gone to say, "Oh, spare us, Justin, it's already starting to look like a pattern." And wow, he really doesn't want to be recognized, does he? And to add a cherry on top of Justin's odd behavior, one fan would even pick fun at the pop star by saying, "What a great idea to walk next to Hailey, just so no one would recognize her." Well, it's safe to say that Justin probably should work on upping his level of disguise, because this definitely did not work. And number 9, abandoning a monkey in a foreign country. After Justin's pet monkey Mally was seized by the German officials, when the singer was trying to bring the animal into the country without permission during a stop on his Believe tour, it said that Justin didn't have some proper paperwork, so the authorities seized the monkey and quarantined it at the airport. However, the monkey would later become property of Germany, and Justin would later be sent a bill of $1,500 after he decided to abandon his monkey in the country. Mally is currently living with a group of other monkeys in a wildlife refugee in North Germany, and Bieber still owes Germany's Federal Agency of Nature Conservation $11,000 for vaccinations and rehoming fees, which is truly disappointing. This was your pet and you left him behind, you didn't even try to get him back. This was definitely a red flag, and it showed that the star isn't someone we thought he was, and we really should have noticed. And number 8, ordered his bodyguards to carry him. When visiting China, you have to visit the Great Wall. That's just a given. However, Justin Bieber's visit would definitely highlight one giant red flag that many of us missed. When visiting the wall, photos of Justin would soon circulate online showing Justin being hoisted on top of his bodyguard's shoulders. like they were his minions, and they even carried him up the Great Wall of China. Now, Justin was definitely able to walk up the wall himself, as just before his adventure, he was spotted skateboarding around town as two of his security guard members jogged behind him. It was definitely a diva-like move that none of us could get over, and it was a shame to see the star deprived himself of a chance to experience the experience and made his security team do the hard work for him. And number 7, banned for life from a skydiving facility. Las Vegas indoor skydiving confirmed back in 2013 that Justin Bieber would be banned for life after he used the facility and then backed out of a payment deal he arranged with the company. Justin and 6 of his entourage members would arrive to the facility just before it closed. When the pop star was approached about a payment method, he was apparently given the option of shelling out $1,600 for himself and his crew, or posting a shout out of the facility and a photo of himself mid-flight to his Instagram account. Justin at the time reportedly agreed to post a photo as payment, but the company never got their $1,600 worth of publicity, and they would say he actually faked like he was posting something. As per the agreement, it never actually happened. In addition to not paying, the group also didn't tip the staff, even after they stayed late to accommodate their needs. And number 6, ignored pilots. In 2014, CNN would report that Justin and his father allegedly refused a pilot's warning to stop smoking during a flight from Canada to New Jersey. Law enforcement officials would later give details that the flight crew on the charter jet told the federal officials after they ferried Justin and his entourage to New Jersey. The smoke was so strong in the cabin that the flight crew members even had to put on oxygen masks because they were concerned that they would inhale so much of it would cause their tests to say that they were positive for being under the influence. When the pilots asked the group to stop, Bieber and his father would begin to have some words with the crew, which would result in the pilots in attendance to close the cockpit to avoid contact with the group. When they landed, Justin would be granted re-entry into the United States after a search of the charter plane was done by federal officials. They did detect smoke smell, but they never found any signs of substances. And number 5, his dreadlock phase. Justin doesn't do too well with apologies. We all know that. When the singer debuted his dreadlocks, he sparked some major controversy as fans started to accuse the star of cultural appropriation and white privilege. With fans calling out Justin for not being himself, many stated that the star could have done better. One fan even chimed in by saying, "It's really disappointed to see you with dreads. I thought you educated yourself." The star then decided to stick with his dreadlocks and refused to respond to the backlash he was receiving by fans. Instead, he decided to share a statement about acknowledging insecurities by saying, "Aren't we all broken? We can hide behind superficial things, but the truth is, we're all hurting." So what's your opinion on celebrities trying to rock braids and dreadlocks? And let me know in the comments below. And number 4, he talked about becoming the next Michael Jackson. In an interview done back in 2012, Justin Bieber would make it clear that he wants to be nothing less than the next Michael Jackson, the new king of pop, after he would go on to say that, "That's where I want to be. I don't want to just be a heartthrob teen." Now, when someone starts saying that they want to be the next anyone, it should be a giant red flag, especially when they're trying to say they want to be the next Michael Jackson, because no one will ever be the next Michael Jackson. That's just a given. Bieber would go on to borrow machine-like dance moves, glitter gloves, and he even copied Michael's signature move in like a gentle way, I guess. This would definitely become a major red flag, and we were missing it because he was trying so hard to be someone he's not, rather than just being himself and allowing his fans to appreciate who he really is. And number 3, running around town in his undergarments. In 2020, Justin would be pictured running around downtown LA in his Calvin Klein briefs after shooting a music video all night. When photos started circulating online, it would show the star wearing nothing but briefs as he raised his arm above his head and smiled as he walked towards his trailer. And this wasn't the first time Justin's been spotted in public wearing nothing but his briefs, because back in 2018, it would seem like Justin forgot his bathing suit while on a trip to Miami after he was pictured out for a little dip wearing nothing but his white briefs. In the photos, Justin could be seen hanging out with his friends by the resort pool, wearing nothing but a wet pair of Calvin Klein boxer briefs before wrapping himself in a white towel before things became too revealing. Him and Hailey would also be pictured later on in a hot tub as fans would call for the star to put on some clothes. And at number 2, we have meeting Stephen Harper in overalls. So back when Stephen Harper was still the Prime Minister of Canada, Justin had the chance to meet him back in 2012. However, his outfit choice was definitely interesting. When the singer stepped out in overalls to accept a Diamond Jubilee medal from Stephen Harper, he would go on to tweet, "I met the Prime Minister in overalls, LOL." Justin would later try to justify why he opted to wear overalls to such an event by saying, "It wasn't like I was going to his environment, we were at a hockey arena." And while he may have been at a hockey arena, he was receiving such a high-class award that it was only given to Canadians who earned achievements abroad, and he wore overalls to collect this achievement. Now, 50 years ago, if you pulled this move while going into work, they would have sent you home, so a lot of people were judging Bieber's decision to wear the overalls, and his excuse to trying to stay true to his fans and his own vibe, it was pretty weak. And at number 1 today, we have showing up late for shows. In 2013, Justin Bieber would be 2 hours late for a concert because he was playing video games and threw a tantrum. When Justin was set to perform at O2, he would end up being 2 hours late after throwing a massive tantrum and telling his staff that it was his gig and he would go out when he wanted to. After waking up late due to a night out, Justin would proceed to lock himself in a dressing room to play computer games. After, his actions would cause hundreds of teenage fans to be upset because they would have to leave to catch last trains before even getting the chance to see their idol perform. Justin would later come out to say he was only 40 minutes late and he said he had to come on late due to technical difficulties. He then highlighted that the event was great. However, one O2 worker would come out to say that wasn't the case and the star was actually backstage arguing with his management team. Justin's mentality about being a star that can do whatever he wanted that night was definitely a red flag that no one really noticed.